Well, most people like to wait for crisis or breakdown or trauma or disease or diagnosis to finally make up their mind to change. My message is, why wait? So you can learn and change in a state of pain and suffering, or you can learn and change in a state of joy and inspiration. You could say, I'm wealthy with the 5% of your conscious mind, and it's never going to pass your brainstem because your body's saying, no, you're not, you're miserable, you're unhappy. Because emotions are a record of the past. If you're feeling the same emotions, you're still in your past, and your body's believing, as the unconscious mind, it's in the same past experience 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Sooner or later, you got to leave familiar territory and you got to make a new choice. And when you make a new choice, just get ready because it's going to feel uncomfortable. When you teach people how to connect to the energy of a future dream and be defined by a vision of the future instead of the memories of the past, to believe in their future more than they believe in their past, to fall in love with their future more than they fall in love with their past, and be able to combine that clear intention of that future and begin to feel the emotions of that future before it's made manifest. They're broadcasting a whole new signature into the field. Now, the beauty behind that is that the longer you're conscious of that energy, the more you're drawing that future to you. You have to be able to maintain that modified state of mind and body, independent of any condition in your external environment, independent of the emotions or habits or hardwired attitudes that are subconscious programs that are stored in the body, and independent of time. And if you can, you will start to see those unusual events beginning to occur in your life. If you spend 2 hours in a meditation, getting beyond your fear or your anger or your pain or your suffering, it took you 2 hours to get beyond it, and you feel the liberation of you getting beyond those limited states, I guarantee you, you would be walking around in your life celebrating, because that divine intelligence that's living in you, that's giving you life, is now expressing itself through you to a greater measure. So then, you're in love with life because you're connected to life. And imagine how far you can go with this, because the more you connect to that field and the more you connect to that life essence, the more you're going to feel in love with life, because that's where your attention is. I guarantee you that if you did that every single day, you would be less likely to want to feel fear or pain or suffering or anger, and more likely to want to feel those elevated states. And you're not going to be relying on anybody to make you happy. You're going to realize that happiness comes from within. You already know how to do this. Just take time every single day and disconnect from the outer world, your environment. Get beyond your emotions and habits, get beyond your body, and forget about time, and connect to that field of information where we all create from. And if you keep doing that over and over again, you'll learn things about yourself that you would have never learned before, and be defined by a vision of the future. Literally tell the story of your future more than you tell the story of your past, because it's so much easier to forget our vision of our future than to remember it. But if you keep remembering it, sooner or later you're going to start to see the fruits of all your efforts. Take some time and write down what you want a future to look like. And every single day, keep your conscious mind on that future. If you keep doing that over and over again, your subconscious mind will take you right there. It's not that hard. The hardest part of this is making time to do it.
To check out my full interview with Dr. Joe Dispenza, click here. Be sure to click below to subscribe to the show, and click on the bell icon to be notified of upcoming shows. Shine bright. Woohoo!